guys, welcome to Chasing Gains Radio, episode 18. Today we have an absolutely phenomenal guest in Simon Bungate. He's the owner of a facility down in Sydney, built it to 200 members within the first 6 months and has an amazing mindset to be able to have success. So if you look at what he talks about the entire way through, he talks about basically how he got to where he is today, and it all comes down to his mindset. It's not necessarily the strategies, it's his mindset and how he got that and what he tried to instill other trainers in that as well. He also works with professional athletes and has worked with Olympic level athletes, and he talks about how to start working with those people and the strategies to be able to work with those people if you're looking at getting into that field. It's an amazing podcast with lots of gems, so be sure to watch it and watch it right to the end, because we can, as soon as he finished the podcast, he was looking at ways of how he can improve himself, and this is just part of his amazing mindset. Chasing Gains Radio, the insatiable quest for constant progression. Chasing is the act of pursuing. Gains is the result or positive outcome. Chasing Gains Radio. Here's your host, Cody McAuliffe. Apologies for the sound quality on this one, just because Simon's microphone wasn't actually working, so we had to call each other and record the phone call as well as the Skype video. So that's just why the sound quality is down a little bit on his end on this one. Some great information, so be sure to listen really intently to be able to get that great information and you won't regret it. Cheers, guys. Hey guys, welcome to Chasing Gains Radio. Today we have an absolutely amazing guest named Simon Bungate. He owns his own facility in Sydney, where he's grown that from 0 to 200 members within the first 6 months, and working with NRL teams and Olympic level athletes and national level athletes in terms of like track and field athletes. So he's got a massive amount of experience and a great perspective on the fitness industry. Thanks for coming, Simon.
Thanks, Cody. Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be on here and speak to you.
Yeah, awesome. So I'll just get you to give us a little bit of background about, I guess, how you got into the fitness industry and how you basically got to where you are today.
Sure. Okay, I guess to sort of keep it shorter, I was a kid that was into my sports a lot as a youngster. Rugby league was the main choice, and was pretty talented kid. I guess I could say myself, pretty talented kid growing up at the age of sort of 14, 15, 16. And had a few clubs sort of chasing my signature and things like that at an early age, and I kind of thought, I think this is me, this is my life ahead, and went from there. Had a few injuries and illnesses during those first few years of playing rugby league, where I had real high expectations of myself from the clubs and was getting paid what I thought was really good money at the time. I was lucky enough for one of the clubs to actually put me through a health science degree as part of my contract.
Yeah, cool.
And then halfway through, a few injuries, fractured pelvis, big glandular fever, and all those sort of things. I wasn't quite, I guess, up to the expectations of the clubs or myself. Took on just a part-time job in the local gym, but still didn't think much of it that it would be my whole career. 2 months into that job, I actually they decided that they were going to build a $25 million facility. So this at that stage it was around 800 members. And it was just, I was one of those 2 PTs there, and we were just doing inductions into the gym. We're doing 8-hour days of induction after induction with a little bit of gym floor time. And then, because it was linked to an RSL club, the RSL club was getting a lot of money through their pay sheets and probably needed somewhere to put their money. So they've gone in and built this massive facility with full gymnastics centre. All the weights, all the cardio rooms, the 5 class rooms, yoga, absolutely everything went all out. And then I was given one of the roles, I guess, of helping it grow from day one. So it was myself and a manager put together the task. I was to run most of the training and the programs and new PTs coming on. Over the next 3 years, I guess, we started with that 800 odd members, and within 3 years, we were pushing 7,000 members. At high end, I think we were around sort of 30, 35 trainers at that stage who all been trained up, had specific programs running as well for PTs. Obviously, there's a pretty big gig and I guess a quick learning curve for myself, thrown into it pretty quickly. I was still playing football at the time, but sort of just stayed at that subpar level where I wasn't quite making enough money out of it to keep going. I was just under the NRL, and there comes a time where you go, well, if I get injured at this stage, where's the money going to come from? So that's when I jumped across and went full time as a PT manager at that gym. This story's going for a long time. Do you want to jump in?
No, it's good. It's good to be able to get people's background so you understand where they're coming from and their history. So obviously you're working there, and then what spurred you to, I guess, start your own gym then?
Yeah, so that was going really well. Obviously, the big box gym has its areas that make it a little bit tough for PTs to grow, I guess. Being PT manager, I was actually there for 10 years actually.
Yep.
And I had 35 trainers working for me for a long period at that time, and I had no more real growth for myself, no challenges. I was on a good wage, making good money, but from day to day, I was going, what's next, sort of thing. I created a online program, a good day, and that actually took off way better than I thought it was going to. Went to the stage where actually a lot of the gym members were leaving their personal trainers to do my online program.
Yeah.
So that caused a little bit of an issue with some of my trainers and the owners of the big gym, and myself as well. I was like, I didn't expect that. So it kind of came to a decision then where I had to choose between, pushing my own product of how I think things should be done, or stay within, the big box way of training and way of doing things, which was fairly limited. It was actually a really, really hard decision. Walking away from really good money and a secure job to basically challenge myself was the step. And to be honest, it was probably a year or two of sleepless nights, wondering whether I'd made the right decision. And literally sleepless nights. But I see that as a really good learning curve for me as well. For the 10 years before, I really hadn't experienced stress. So trying to train people or coach people with stress, I really had no idea previously. Whereas now, after going through a couple of years of that, I can actually understand and really help those people out, which is I see as a positive now. So moving on, the online program was actually called Clean Shred.
Yeah.
And we had quite a few actually moved away from the area. We're in Castle Hill in Sydney. I moved to the benches at Coco, but a lot of our people that were doing the online course were still out in Castle Hill, and they were requesting to do a face-to-face version of the program, and so we did. Brianna, my partner, and I she worked at the gym I was at and left not long after me to help out with the online business. And then we found a place that was a lease it was literally a 6-week lease. And CrossFit had moved out to a bigger facility, and they put it on Facebook. We've got 6 weeks left on our lease, and anyone wants to jump in there and take it. So we were like, perfect. I think it was February, so it was just after New Year's, and we've gone, okay, cool, let's go out there. Let's just run a one-off program. I had a friend who started an equipment company, and he wanted to set up a showroom to film his equipment. So all the staff was lining to do this, and we jumped in, and we were looking for 20, 30 people. It was a fairly small space, and we got 65 people signed up to this program, and basically jumped in. We loved it. They loved it. We're getting really good results. We came to the end of the 6 weeks, and everyone was like, we don't want to leave. And more people coming in. You have 2 weeks left, and it's growing and growing. So then we went through the awesome task. Anyone that has tried to start a facility will know the awesome task of actually trying to find a suitable facility and one that can have enough parking, get through council, etc., and actually suit what you want to do. So that was the task for the whole next year. We actually moved. We found a temporary one, which we went into for the following 6 to 8 weeks. Didn't get much growth out of that because we knew we were moving again. The next one we went to was a 230 square metre facility. We lasted there for a year. We were pushing, even the 70, 80 sort of members was pushing the boundaries of that space. We're having trouble with parking and council and all sorts of things like that. So we were looking around for something a little bit bigger. We were sort of looking at the 400, 500 square metre things online. And we walked into this, we decided to walk in this one that's 1,000 square metres.
Yeah.
And literally walking in the door, could see exactly our dream, the way we envisage our training should be, our gym should be, our culture should be. And it was so clear in my head back then, even though it was just a completely empty warehouse.
Yeah.
And that's Queenstrand now that we're in. We've been in here since February.
Yeah.
And pushing. So we've pretty much just gone through winter in here. We're pushing the 200 members at the moment. I see our growth over the next couple of months to be, if we don't get to the 300, close to 300 by the end of summer, I'll be disappointed. So that's the long story. It's definitely not a short story, that's the long version.
Yeah, awesome. What do you think the capacity of that that gym is?
Look, I've been discussing that with a few people recently. We talked initially about capping it at 200, but I am now of the belief that we could definitely, with our systems in place, we can and will get to 500.
Yeah.
500 at this stage, and I think as we work towards that, I think 1,000 isn't out of the question, to be honest. It's one of those things when you think 100, you get 100, you go, maybe 300, you get 300, you go, but if we think 200, that's all we're going to get. At the moment, we're thinking 500. Have a 500 club and a waiting list is our current goal. So.
Yeah, awesome. Definitely sounds like the dream. In terms of, I guess, it sounds like for you, all of these things kind of basically just fell into place to be able to get this massive growth. I think most people will be, how do I say it? They don't think it's going to be that easy for them. So can you, I guess, elaborate more on, I guess, how much work went into it to be able to get an online program massively successful, to have that platform to be able to drive that membership growth when you first started, and then basically explode it over time, and then have the potential to be able to do that, to be able to get it to, say, 500 members?
Yep. Probably one of the things people do say to me the most is that you've gotten lucky. And I didn't even talk about I've obviously got a really strong elite athlete program where I have worked with NRL and Olympians and Commonwealth Games and things like that. And people have said that you're lucky that you got got to train that person back then. You're lucky that you then got onto that next person. But there's definitely there's the smallest element of luck, but you definitely make your own luck with those things. And the work is like it never stops for me. I never think about anything else but improving myself and improving those people around me. I guess if I was to go back very early on to where the snowball started, would have been right back in that Big Boss gym where, for me, I saw it as 7,000 members. I saw 7,000 opportunities for me to learn. I didn't see it as anything else other than that every single person in there is different. They need different things to reach their goals. They have different problems. They have different eating habits. And that's really what I saw it as. And any opportunities where I saw there was an elite athlete back in the Yana Pittman, who I worked with for 12 years or something like that. She basically she came into the gym and she was training in the gym and she was throwing it around crazy ways, making all these noises and things like that. And basically, people ask, how did you get to training some of those elite athletes? And for me, I just would go straight up and chat to them. Like they, try and find out what they are achieving, and if you are any help, then give advice. If you're not any help, then you'll learn from what they tell you. So that's how it all started for me. It just so happened with Yana, she had a program written by a Russian doctor, rehab program, and I've done a lot of work with videos and rehab in my early years, and a lot of the exercises she didn't know, so I took it away and took her through that program, and we just clicked really well, and I've been working with her strength side of things for years, and that's sort of, I've learned off all of her doctors, all of her physios. I've learned off every other speed and track coach that she uses. I will go out and I will make the most of every opportunity that I get to continue to learn. And that's when opportunities start coming your way. I think, learning and never stopping.
Yeah, totally agree. And I think one of the biggest things is people, they want to work with athletes, but they don't want to do the work that goes with working with athletes, because obviously you've got to go into way more depth than any other general population client. And the majority of athletes, when they're first starting out, don't necessarily have the funds to be able to see you, say, potentially one-on-one for 5 days a week, which is kind of what they might need to be able to get the outcomes that they're looking for. So it's basically you're investing extra time in these potential athletes to get them the outcomes that they need, even though there's not going to be any return basically on that investment straight away. But then if they become someone like a Yana Pittman or someone like that, then that has massive benefits for you down the track. So it's more, I think, trainers who are looking at working with athletes need to have that mindset to be able to use it as an investment in their potential in the future, rather than basically thinking about the money that they're going to earn from that session. Would you agree with that?
100%. Working with any elite athlete or even the NRL, it's not a money thing. It's not necessarily a prestige thing. How many of the strength and conditioning people do you know from the Sharks, or it's not something that you get into for that reason. I think if you're really interested in teaching someone how to be at their absolute optimum and be able, it's all about the maximum performance that you can get out of a human. These are the guys that you want to work with, and it's not about money at all. It's got to be for the love, and at the moment I've got a heap of young, from 14, 15, 16, all the way through to 22-year-old athletes. They're all national, going to World Juniors and things like that. It's not making the money to run this place, but the fact that I'm getting to work with these, I guess, genetically gifted kids. I'm getting them before they do any weight training. I'm actually can learn so much about how certain things can affect their performance because they're so raw. You know, I can do a certain weight program, see how it affects their standing long jump, and then because they're running in a straight line 100 meters or hurdles, I can then see exactly how it affects their times on the track, which for me, that's just like I'm almost got a human guinea pig lab in here.
Yeah.
Where I can test what I do with them and how it affects how they go on the track.
Yeah.
So that's awesome for me. I'm really enjoying that.
Yeah, awesome. So how is it that you, I guess, prospect potential young athletes to be able to come into your development program then? Is there any prospecting, or is it 100% from referrals from previous athletes, or?
Currently, it's only referrals. So I'm only working with specific speed coaches and a couple of player managers through the NRL. So there's a couple of player managers, so NRL players that are coming back from the UK or coming back from injury and things like that. They're coming through and working with me for a period of time before they go back into their clubs. Kevin Locke, I don't know if you remember Kevin Locke, but he's making a return to the NRL. He's just signed a contract from what I've heard. He's coming in 10 minutes. So we'll just after this at 11:30, 12. So he was, for anyone that remembers him, he played for the Warriors, and he was an absolute speed demon. And he's put on about 15 kilos over the UK. So and his shoulder. So he's coming back. He's still got that raw speed. So, and look out for him next year in the NRL.
Yeah, awesome. Can you go through like a few more of the athletes that you've worked with, I guess, just to highlight, I guess, the caliber of training, and then what you're actually, some of the outcomes that you're actually getting with your athletes in terms of even like, say, a sprinter increasing performance and so on?
Yeah, the results so far with the young guys, like I said, I am getting them raw, so it's hard to measure exactly how much my benefit is with them just going through and growing. But I'd like to think it's a big part of what's happening. Recently, last season, we took a few of the kids that were. There was one in particular that came in and he wasn't making the finals of the Nationals the previous year, and he came in and he did a warm-up training block, and it was mainly mobility, gymnastic strength. The weight training wasn't crazy intense or anything. This guy was 16, nearly 17, and he went to Nationals and took out the 100, 200 and hurdles. So basically after that, pretty much every kid that he beat that was beaten before is now coming to the gym.
Yeah.
And now we've had a full off season with a lot of these guys, so things are just starting now. They've got their school events at the moment, and we had a young guy, John Geekus, running the GPS. Again, he last year was not running crazy fast times, but just on the weekend he took out the 100 and 200 GPS. And actually, he was mentioned on Alan Jones. He beat Josh Clark, who's Australia's fastest runner at the moment. He beat his school times at the school record. So Josh ran that record when he was 18. John, who ran on the weekend, is only 16. So he's looking good. And he's probably the first one to run out the squad. There's a couple of hurdlers that ran on the weekend. They've all done PBs so early in the season. So to start off their very first race to do PBs, and really all they've been doing during the off season is strength work.
Yeah.
Is looking really good. I'm expecting some amazing results this year, and in the Com Games have a big goal of getting quite a few medals to come out of this place.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. What's some of, I guess, the key measures that you use to be able to track athletes' progress? So you mentioned standing long jump before. Is that like the main one? Is there a couple of different ones that you use?
What I use, I've developed, weigh my own progression program. So when people first come in, it's literally a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 before they go into our programming. And like I said before, it works on a base mobility to start off with, and then we work on a base strength, and then they do a base power, and then we move through to a base speed, and then we've got a conditioning block. So it's kind of, they go through those phases before they actually get into any specific programming, and those phases all work on a pass-fail. So, for example, mobility, I need to be at a certain level of flexibility in certain areas. I need to be able to do certain holds, gymnastic holds, and things like that before they go into their strength. And then in their strength, they need to get to a certain percentage of their body weight on certain lifts. So on the squat, and these levels that I'm doing, you remember these guys are 16 and 17.
Yeah.
So it's not, and the first time lifting, so it's not crazy amounts. It's things like that they need to be able to squat just their body weight. They need to be able to deadlift, body weight and a half. Things like that aren't out of extraordinary.
Yeah.
But for these guys to get their technique right, that's sort of the phases we go through. The power cleans, they're just basically learning power cleans, learning snatches and things like that. So we have, again, like a body weight snatch goal for their first, to pass their first phase.
Yeah.
And only a half body weight goal for snatches. And then we do speed, etc., etc. And the regular testing that we do, the main thing that I am working on is the standing long jump, 3 long jump, and ball throws.
Yeah.
Overhead ball throws for height, overhead ball throws for distance, and then forward underarm throws for distance as well. Other biggest ones that I see improvements on, and then improvements on the track. So the strength work, I try and get them to jump further, I'll throw the ball further, and then that correlates across to running fast on the track.
Yeah,
Which
awesome.
is pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of, I guess, so that's for a athlete that is of, say, school age coming up. Would you do much different for someone later on in their career, say like a 30-year-old?
I don't do any different for those that have been training. They all go through the same phases. The difference is that they will move through faster.
Yeah.
Quite often. So the young ones might take 8 to 10 sessions only to, quite often these guys are pretty talented, they might take 8 to 10 sessions to move through the mobility.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes some of the people that trained previously or got some training might move through in 4 sessions, 3 sessions, etc. So it's like a pass-fail. So if they're sweet, then that might take 1 session. So they come in, they run through that 1 session. They've ticked off that they can do bang, 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 sweet, go on to the next one, tick that off, tick that off. So it's just a pass-fail for me, and I get the opportunity to see how they move in all aspects. So I see their mobility, I see their strength, I see their power, I see their speed, and after seeing that, I know what their baseline is, and that gives me a good starting point to start programming. I can see their weaknesses and strengths from there.
Yeah, cool. In terms of like a coach who's in the industry, who's looking at working with athletes, what would be the first thing you'd recommend to starting to either work with like younger athletes or even athletes well into their career?
Yeah, well, you have to volunteer. You have to give your time. I think with anything like that, if that's your goal, you need to find that person who's in the position that you want to be, and go stand next to them. That's there's no better way of learning. You don't have to necessarily go to the top person. You need to go to that person who's 1 step ahead of you. That's the best advice on that. But with that, also you need to think to yourself. I think have those mentors, have those people that you learn off, but don't just take what they say. Go to your clients and give your clients what they say. What you're going to do is understand why they're giving that person that feed, and then go away to your client and think, okay, is this going to improve my client? Yes or no? is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, totally agree. And I think one of the differences between, I guess, say you and other coaches is having that mindset of basically everything that you do is a learning experience to you. So every single person that you said who walked into that 7,000 member gym was an opportunity for you to be able to learn something from them, which is a really awesome mindset for people to have in the fitness industry. What do you think was the primary factor in you developing that mindset, and how can other people get that as well?
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit my personality in a way is to learn things myself. I'm getting I've been a lot more into reading and learning from people in the last 2 years. But a lot of the things that I learned, I've kind of figured out already in a way. So it kind of just puts what I've learned and I go, okay, I possibly could have figured that out earlier if I learned off that guy earlier, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't have understood it. Like I think when someone says something or I learn something, I understand it because I can think back to 10, 15, 20 people where that was the case. So, I think in a gym you've got so many opportunities to learn. The example is you're on gym floor, you can walk around and you can just put the weights away. Or you can walk around and you can watch every single person, look at their biomechanics and see if you can learn something on the way every person moves. And think of how you can improve what every person is doing. When they walk, it's an opportunity to learn something about them. You look at them walk away from you and think, okay, how can I improve that person? That's the mindset that you're going to get out of the tunnel vision, go peripheral, and everything around you is an opportunity to learn.
Yeah, totally agree. Is that, I guess, what you kind of instilled in all the trainers that you were training in the big box gym that you worked in as well? Was that something that you actually got people to focus on in terms of basically assisting those members rather than going out with the mindset of basically converting them into a client, which a lot of trainers tend to do when they're on the gym floor of a big box gym?
It's something that I try to instill, but to be honest, I really struggle to get other trainers to understand that.
Yeah.
Now moving into this gym, into Clean Shred, every trainer that I hire, I know has that mindset more of helping people than one making money, I guess, and two, knowledge. When I'm hiring now, it's all about their personality, wanting to help people. Like I know I can teach, or people can learn the knowledge of how to train and how to eat, but it's not as easy to learn that will to help people.
Yeah.
That's a character that I'm looking for, and that's a character that has success with their clients.
Yeah, totally agree. In terms of you starting your facility where it is, what kind of impact have you had, I guess, on the community around you, specifically like the food place that's right next to your place? Can you just go into a bit of detail what happened there after you moved in?
Sure. Yeah, our whole philosophy is to transform the hills. That's what we try and do every single day. That's the first thing when we come in. We're trying to make the hills a healthier place through not just the people that come in here and train, but anyone in the community that we can help. So basically, we've got a cafe. There's a cafe next door. There's 3 other cafes in the area that have actually changed their menus since we have opened this gym. One actually has a Clean Shred breakfast meal, and the other 2 have Clean Shred approved options on their menu.
Yeah.
So, well, the other 3 have Clean Shred approved. So our people are going out there. So it's not just, I guess the way to think of the gym now as a community is it's not me now trying to get the word out. It's me and every single one of our staff and every one of our members, like having the opportunity to understand it firstly, how it all works, how you can improve your health, and then have the confidence to go out there and spread the word and not take whatever they're offering you for food as they're given.
Yeah.
You've got to make your own choices this day and age, and if you leave it up to other people to tell you what is right, you're going to end up in a different way.
Yeah, totally agree. And that's actually something I recommend to some of the PTs I actually mentor, just going out to food outlets within the area that can potentially put your name on the menu and say that it is a clean shred approved option. That just positions you as the expert, and it also helps get you potential leads because it's building up you as that authority in that area. And also it's going to give your members somewhere to go where they know where they can eat something that's going to be good for them, because most likely they're going to go out and eat food from like a restaurant or something anyway. So having that option just keeps them on track, and it also positions you as the expert. So it's a great marketing strategy. So awesome work on that. In terms of, I guess, the structure of your business. So obviously you're doing like the athlete development. What are the other kind of services that you offer? Do you do like CrossFit style workouts? Do you do one-on-one training? Do you do small groups? How is that all set up for you?
Yeah, at the moment our big thing is our team training. We have a limited amount of coaches. We're only running at 8 coaches at the moment, but all of our coaches are highly qualified and have loads of experience. And at this stage, that's the biggest key for me is that, yes, you are going to come in and train with a team. You're going to have a group of people that might be up to 20, 30 or 40 people. But the 1 or 2 coaches that are looking after you are absolute top standards. And that's how our model works is everyone that comes in and joins will actually meet up with one of our coaches and run through a consult. Our consults are really in-depth.
Yeah.
We really dig deep into lifestyle factors and look for anyone new. We look for the priority factor that will help someone straight away. We know what the long-term goal is, but we want to have an impact on this person's life straight away. So whether it is sleep, stress, digestion, any of those sort of lifestyle ones that we can, nutrition, any of those insulin, any of those ones that we can make a change on straight away is our first goal. And people that come in and see that we're going to that extra step to really care about them. They actually, a lot of these guys now like are coming in and they have got anxiety, they've got depression, they've got all sorts of things going on, but they're not actually telling anyone. We're the first ones that they're talking to, sitting down, and someone's actually listening. So that's probably like that's what I see as our biggest game changer is taking that time to sit down and find out the priority, find out how we can change this person's life straight away. From there, it is a little bit less, I guess, one-on-one with our training style. It is all team training. But having such a small team, we do all get together once a week and discuss. We haven't done any learn, but we discuss all our clients and still learn of our clients and also everybody else's clients. So we will come in and talk about, Billy just joined and they've got a slight knee tracking problem. They're going to try and eat, protein and fats for breakfast all day, all week this week is their first goal. So everyone else knows, so they come in the next day and they've got a different coach. They get the class and they go, so how's the protein and fats this morning? What's going on here? Everyone sort of knows what my goals are.
Yeah.
And that's how we find is working really well. We also do personal training one-on-ones for those who aren't ready for the team training yet.
Yeah.
And that's just literally personal training. But our goal of our personal training clients is to get them into our team training. It's not for them to do PT for the next 10 years. Because I personally, even though I was trying to learn when I was in the big box gym of every person on the gym floor, I only had, say, 15, 20 clients for 8 years because they never left. And I see that as probably one of the mistakes I made is that I didn't actually get to fully train and sit down and learn off a whole heap of different people. So for my trainers, I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to have the same 10 clients running for the next 5 years. I want them to train that client but have a goal of them being able to not actually need to be PT, to be able to know what to eat, to be able to be strong enough to get into our groups, be fit enough to get into our groups. And then PT actually becomes that more of a challenge for you. If your goal is to actually get rid of them, rather than trying to keep them, then you actually change the whole way you think about how you train them.
Yeah.
I think that's really effective.
Yeah, totally agree. It's the best way to be able to do it. I guess what are the measures? So it just sounds like you have like an onboarding process to be able to get to basically the team training. What are the measures that you use to decide when they're ready to be able to get to that point?
Yeah, funnily enough, it's not that different to the athlete mobility. So it's actually fairly similar. So we've got some mobility standards, strength standards, and cardio standards. Examples are being able to hang for the bar for a certain period of time. It's the mobility of being able to do a squat properly. It's being able to pass on your deadlift to a certain, which is actually body weight, that one, in perfect form. I don't do too many of these, so I'm just trying to remember exactly what these standards are. But they're pretty much the baseline of being able to do our programming. And for some of the people that we're getting in here, that is challenging. To be able to actually do a squat hold comfortably for a minute is like they're just going, can't fathom how I'm going to be able to do that. So they are basic standard goals, and generally that's the way of moving through into the team.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. In terms of like, obviously, you founded the gym, you run the gym as well. What you do in the gym at the moment? So obviously, it's been pretty busy for the last 6 months. So I guess just what level you're at in terms of coaching and where you spend most of your time in the business now.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Just go from wherever, and then I'll just have to edit around it to make it sound right.
Yep. Okay, so I guess the first only being here for 6 months, so I have spent a lot of time doing the initial consults. I've been working during winter. It did slow down a little bit of people coming in the door. So I worked really hard through June and July on putting together my systems, rather than the system being in my head. It was time to get them down and get them on the files where the other trainers can come in and follow them specifically. I feel like that's going really well now, so I have stepped back from doing all the consults. There is a few still that I will do, mainly for the athletes. Running the session-wise, running the group sessions, I'm doing 3 or 4 a week at the moment. And I think that's something that I don't want to get away from is not instructing at all. I'm pretty sure there's when early on when you're doing 12, 15, 18 of the group sessions a week, you probably think, geez, I want to have some time off it. But I'm pretty sure that once you spend a little bit of time not instructing, that desire to get back out there and do that again will definitely come. And I still want to be there. I still want to definitely instruct to the groups. It's I think doing just 3, I can come in and try and bring all sorts of energy to the session. It's something now that I sort of get a little bit excited about, try and get fired up, pumped up to make those 3 sessions the best I can. So I really enjoy that. Obviously, with the admin side of things, I'm still, we don't have a sales manager at this day in time, so I am still handling quite a lot of inquiries, which come through our website, our Facebook page, and things like that. So handling those is still a fairly big responsibility. I am pushing a lot of the social media myself. I think that's something that over the next little while is something that I want to get more into. Because if we are trying to transform the hills, the more people I can speak to firstly in the hills, the better. And then as we go broader, then that'll be better as well. So that's definitely a goal of Brianna and myself over the next little while. Now we've got good coaches, we've got good systems. We actually do have a financial controller working for us now at the moment, who does give us a lot of advice on all our taxes, and where we should be putting our money, what targets we should be aiming for. And he also looks after any membership requirements in setting up or putting on hold or cancellations and follow-ups and things like that. So that's one good area of the job that's also been pushed across to someone who could do it a lot better.
Yeah.
As I move forward, I'm going to look for more things that I can do that, not necessarily just giving them away for the sake of giving them away, but I think there's a lot of things there that people can do better than myself. So if I can give it to someone else to do better than myself, then I'm only going to get better at the things that I'm pretty good at.
Yeah, awesome. Totally agree. In terms of, I guess, people who've helped you get to the point where you are today, who have you used as like mentors and examples to be able to, I guess, improve your skill set, have that mindset of learning from everyone, and then improving your business as well?
Sure. Probably like what I said earlier, I was probably a little bit different to most people early, where I really learned off my clients, and I learned, getting involved with elite athletes fairly early, gave me the opportunity to learn off the athletes, and also off a lot of their coaches, their physios, their psychologists, their nutritionists. That's early on. That's really where I learned from. I probably am still lacking a specific mentor, and that's something that I'm actually really searching for at the moment. But the people that definitely came in and changed me would 100% be Charles Poliquin. I still remember the first workshop I went for. I think it was BioSig. It was a while ago, BioSignature, and I sat in this course and I was just sitting there going, "What the heck is this guy talking about?" And there was someone at the front of the room who basically was answering every question, knew everything he was talking about. I got up and did demonstrations, and his name was Dave McDonald.
Yeah.
From Clean Health. So after the biosignature, I basically went up to Dave and bought 10-pack of personal training sessions with Dave straight after, and it cost me a fortune to train with him at that stage. But the things I learned by actually being the person training was probably more than if I went and sat down in a classroom, because it's the way that I learn is by doing and watching and proving people and seeing things happen in front of me. So that was David McDonald. Definitely was a big. He really gone dark. Sorry. He really pushed, and he's still pushing the industry in a really good, strong direction. Keegan Smith, I think he might have even been in one of those first Poliquin ones that I did, and I remember him actually seeing me getting trained by David McDonald one day and being absolutely slaughtered, and that's when Keegan and I first connected and had a chat. I think he felt sorry for me at the time, doing a massive leg session in front of Dave was actually running an internship. And they come down, all the interns, and Dane had a session with me at the lunchtime of the internship. So there was 10 of his interns watching me getting trained. So needless to say, Dane didn't hold back. I mean, I was pretty much crawling around from exercise to exercise.
Yeah.
Which is fun. But yeah, that's where Keegan and I connected, and working with him and learning from him the last few years. He's another guy who's just really pushing the boundaries and wanting to learn, not settling for the way things are. I think that's questioning everything, and he's another one that 100% he uses himself as a guinea pig. He doesn't suggest anything that he doesn't do himself. And I would say probably those three. There's been a lot of others along the way, but those three would be the main ones so far.
Yeah, awesome. I guess in terms of if someone was first coming into the fitness industry, what advice would you give them that you wish you learnt when you first came into the fitness industry?
I think very similar to what I've said over and over again, but just get out there and learn. Don't be afraid to look dumb in a way. Don't be afraid to go up to those people and ask questions. Don't be afraid to message someone on Facebook who you think would never want to talk to you and try and meet up and coffee and pick their brain. The guys that I see now coming through, just starting out in the industry, are doing that. They won't hold back. They'll walk into that gym and say, hey, I just want to sit down with you for a coffee. They'll pick that person that's one step ahead of them or where they want to be eventually. And I've had guys now that are doing it for myself. They will Facebook message me daily going, oh, can I meet up for a coffee? The next day, can I meet up for a coffee? Oh, I want to come in and train. I'm like, man, this guy won't give up. So I'll meet with him. But they're the guys that are just shooting right through. They're one comes to mind, Chad McGill, who Chad from who's now working at the Panthers. He was just coming up and just wouldn't leave me alone. But that's how you move forward. You got to keep learning. You got to find a way to go to those people. I'm not going to go out looking for someone to learn off me. I'm busy enough trying to help my clients out. But if someone comes in and goes, hey, can I follow you? I'll pick up the weights up and finish. I'll put the trains out. Oh yeah, come along, help me out. That's the advice I give. Give your time when you can. Give your time to those that you can learn off.
Yeah, totally agree. And then I think the next level will be exactly what you did as well, is actually pay someone to run through some sessions with you to be able to learn from them and how they actually interact with their clients and be able to get their skill set and actually have that applied to you so that you can implement that with your own training as well. So it's a really good idea.
Spend that money. If you're, one of the things I see strange is if you're a PT and you actually don't have a trainer yourself, you've got to see the value in spending money on yourself to be trained. Otherwise, how are you going to expect the client to see the value to be trained by you? I think that's a very, very important thing. So you need to find someone who's doing something good enough that you will give them your money to be trained by them, because that's probably the person that you're going to learn off.
Yeah, totally agree. In terms of, I guess, personal training yourself, do you have any specific outcomes that you're working towards with your own training as well? So obviously that's going to lead by example in your facility as well. Is there something that you're working towards to, I guess, lead by example in your gym?
Sure. I see myself now as also the human guinea pig in my training. My training will be dedicated to people that I am training. So it's probably a little bit less about me and more about my clients. So, for example, with the track athletes, I will do the program ahead of what the track athletes are going to do.
Yeah.
With the programming for the team groups, I will do the program 1 month ahead of what they're going to be doing. That way, I can feel exactly what they're going to be feeling at certain times in the sessions. I know when I can push. I know when I can tell them to rest. I know when they're putting in, and I know when they're not. So for me, it's getting in and can do before that. So having said that, I am working on overall. I really am enjoying the gymnastics challenges, well, the handstands and the ring work, muscle ups and things like that. I'm loving that stuff because it is a progression. You can do things. There's a chance I can do something today that I've actually never done before in my life.
Yeah.
In that, which really is awesome, and that's why I'm encouraging that now a lot for our members. I want them to experience. If they're not doing something once every month that they've actually never done before in their life, I think I'm sort of failing as a coach. Like, I want them to really progress every single, whether it is to lift that little bit heavier, whether it is a handstand, whether it is just to be able to hang from the bar for an extra period of time to get that minute of just hanging. That's something that they couldn't do last month.
Yeah.
So they're improving, and that's where it's at for me, coach. And we actually have a bell in here. We call it our impact bell, and we measure how many times it gets rang during the week, and that's our goal, is to try and have that bell ringing all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an awesome idea. Really like that. Should probably implement that as well. Awesome. Thanks for your time today. Where can people get in contact with you or find out more about Clean Shred?
Yeah, just look up Clean Shred. Look up the website, cleanshred.com.au, our Facebook, Clean Shred. Search me if you want, Simon Bungate and Friend with Rest. I do a lot of stuff just on my personal page as well. And Snapchat is Clean Shred. Also Instagram, Clean Shred _Bungate. And look forward to. Like I said, I want to learn off everyone else. So reach out, and I want to learn off you as well.
Yeah, awesome. Which one of those is probably where you put the most content?
Most content would probably be on our Clean Shred Facebook page.
Okay, cool.
Actually, the Facebook page for Clean Shred. So search that up. That's where a lot of our content is going. If you go to the website, there is a free recipe download. So you can jump on there and get 7 Clean Shred approved recipes.
Yeah.
And that'll get you on the mailing list. And I send an email out whenever I've got anything decent for you to get on and watch. It's something that's going to be, like I said, I'm going to be getting a lot more into it over the coming months.
Yeah.
And if there's anything that your listeners from today that they want to learn more, just reach out, give me an email, because that's the one that sort of stuff out there that people want to hear. So that'd be great.
Yeah, awesome. Really enjoy always talking with people who are actually making a difference within the fitness industry, like yourself, having such a successful track record with both athletes and with your facility is always good to be able to get that knowledge and be able to share it with the other trainers within the fitness industry to be able to raise those standards. And you're certainly doing that. So thanks again for coming on.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. Great. Thanks, Cody.
Cheers.
Hey guys, there we have it, an amazing interview with Simon. I actually left the recording going for the next little bit, didn't turn it off yet, and he just highlights exactly his mindset and the importance of learning from everyone that you meet. He's looking at the takeaways that he can do and how he can improve himself next time. So I'll just show you that, and we're going to finish up the podcast. If you're looking at getting some athlete development or finding out more, hit him up on social media.
Yeah, I guess if I was to do another one, it'd be more specific. I could do definitely more specific to how to start the athlete, how to train them. That would be pretty good content too, I reckon. So maybe down the track,
Yeah.
a specific athlete training one would be good.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Chasing Gains Radio. Be sure to use the Chasing Gains Radio hashtag on all social media. If you have any questions, queries, or comments about the podcast, use this hashtag. Thanks again for listening to Chasing Gains Radio. Be sure to share and like this podcast to help spread the Chasing Gains movement.